Today I'm going to show you how to make these custom stamps. I'm going to be engraving this rubber pad I got off of Amazon and use a Glowforge laser. Both are linked in the description. However, if you don't have access to a laser cutter, you can use a traditional process like LINOCUTS and engrave this linoleum pad by subtracting away the negative shapes of your design and get very similar results. Let's start by drawing our design. You can draw this right on paper and then scan it in and vectorize it, or you could actually draw it right on the material itself and then scan it using the Glowforge. However, I'm going to use my preferred method and use my favorite vector design software. I'm using Adobe Illustrator, however you could also use the free alternatives Gravit or CorelDRAW and get very similar results. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to be making a clover stamp, so I'm going to quickly sketch it out. If you're using an image to trace, you're going to follow the same exact process by inserting the image onto your artboard. Now I'm going to lock my layer to protect it. Create a new layer for my vector and start with the pencil tool. Ensure that it has no fill. I'm going to create a black stroke. You can modify how smooth your line is as you're drawing, but then just carefully outline your shape, ensuring that it's an enclosed path. To make it easier to work on top of an image, select the image and lower the opacity in the properties panel. Then just remember to lock the image so you don't move it around as you're drawing. As you're drawing and finishing a line, it might appear that the line connects to the other, but you have to make sure it does. Select both points with the selection tool and choose Join Path. To modify your path, select the shape, then select the individual point, and with the direct selection tool, drag the handles and add roundovers. Now that I'm done with the image, I can just go ahead and turn off that layer, and I'm going to select my vector layer and convert it to a filled shape. I'm going to change the color so it's a little easier to see for this next step. Now remember, to create the stamp, we're actually going to be engraving the negative space. So I first have to create a positive space, which will be the stamp. I'm going to move my symbol out of the way and create just a simple circle. Make sure that it's filled, and if you hold the touch shortcut, you can constrain the proportions. I'm making mine 3/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to scale the clover to fit. I'm going to select the clover and use Properties panel to adjust the size. Now I'm going to move the clover, and as you can see, it's behind the circle shape. To adjust the layer order, just open Layers and drag the clover layer above the circle. Now I'm going to center it with the circle. I can use the Move tool, or I can just select both shapes and use the Align Vertical and Align Horizontal. I'm going to scale the clover down just a little bit, and using the touch shortcut with a slight slide, I can scale it and keep it aligned. Now I'm going to select both shapes with the Selection tool, then Combine Shapes, select Minus Front, and select Convert to Path. This has now chopped the clover out, and you can see this when you choose your view mode to Transparency Grid. Now we need to create a cut path for the laser. So with the circle, I'm going to make sure it's no fill with a red outline, and constrain my proportions to keep it a true circle, and I'm going to make it exactly the same size as my other circle, so this is 1 inch in this case. Select both the path and the engraved shape, and use your Align Vertical and Align Horizontal to keep them concentric. Select Share. We're going to publish export this as a PDF format. Uncheck to preserve Illustrator editing capabilities, and then title your file. Now I can load my rubber stamp material into the Glowforge laser and go to app.glowforge.com and log in. I'm going to upload my PDF file and position it on the material. If anything's scaled on you, it's your chance to scale it right here in the Glowforge app. Set your engrave settings for this first operation. I have mine pre-saved, and then make sure you set your cut settings. Since this isn't a proof grade material, we have to set our material thickness, so select Unknown and type in 0.096. And then select Print. Then you can sit back and let the Glowforge do its thing. When you remove your stamp, there's a bit of residue, so I just use a brush to clean that off. I'm just going to use some super glue and this activator to glue the stamp to the handle. And that's it. Last thing to do is to test it out. I'll include the SVG file for this handle I've designed, but if you have some scrap wood or scrap dowel rods laying around, you can just glue the rubber stamp onto the end of those and they work just as good.